The dark Scooby-Doo series Velma has followed the lead of another recent franchise effort by making it known that it's bisexual versions of Velma Dinkley and Daphne Blake. In various Scooby-Doo episodes and films, there were clues that the original Velma was a lesbian, which has been a running joke among animation enthusiasts for decades. In the 2022 direct-to-video film Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, Velma's LGBTQ+ status was officially acknowledged, but HBO Max's Velma ups the ante by revealing that both Velma and Daphne are bisexual. The events following Daphne and Velma's kiss at the conclusion of episode 2 are covered in episode 3. While some believed that this was a stepping stone to Velma's coming out as a lesbian, which fans have long assumed and which at one point, in a Scooby-Doo episode that wasn't about Velma, I believe was made canon, that isn't exactly what's happening here. Since they still have a lot of mysteries to solve, Velma and Daphne decide to stick together. However, Velma is very clear that she is attracted to both Daphne and Fred, which suggests that this Velma will be pan or bi. Although I doubt many Scooby-Doo fans take this Velma program seriously, I anticipate that it will stir up additional controversy. The show is still embarrassingly lackluster. At one point, Velma trash talks a girl about her Brazilian butt lift, throws her to the ground, but not before a silicone implant falls out of her mouth in a competition to identify the least vulnerable girl in the school as a serial killer prowls. I have no idea why we are in this place. In episode 4, a new victim is murdered, Fred is released from prison, and the police conclude that the serial killer only targets attractive women. They want Velma in particular to compile a list of the top 5 schoolgirls who require police protection for a variety of reasons. I did chuckle exactly once when Velma asked Fred for help creating the list, and he replied that he had already done so for his science fair project from the previous year. This episode, where the show first tries to make points about inner beauty, but then everyone turns on Velma for slut-shaming after giving the hot girls makeovers to become ugly and thus less likely to be murder victims, may be the best example of the confusing pro-anti-feminist messaging of the series. The hot ladies are enlisted by Velma to perform a hot girl dance to draw attention away from her expectant stepmother, giving birth on the pavement as the program comes to a close. It is exactly as bizarre as it sounds, and we appear to conclude with a general advice to be yourself. Fundamentally, nothing of the key mysteries addressed in these 2 episodes, the disappearance of Velma's mother, the identity of Daphne's birth parents, or even the main serial killer are particularly intriguing, save from the strange and unfunny humor. That's just not a really interesting aspect of the experience for a series that was intended to be built on mystery. Not that the event itself is really fascinating. I'm still perplexed by the Norval character in this instance because Fred, Daphne, and Velma are still some variations of their original characters, even after being redone in this new mature manner. I don't understand why Shaggy is being changed into a completely other green-shirted character in this scene. And yes, you will ultimately need a dog here.